Hi, welcome back. Thanks for vibrating back into our reality. I love humming. Kind of like heels. I don't know. It's like a cat's purr. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Me too. And welcome back once again from the break. All right, let's talk about a little, let's say, in-depth stuff, so to speak. Kind of like echoing Seth in an idea, giving ourselves comprehensible ideas of words equatable to, let's say, clarity, and that clarity only expanding your vibration into a higher resonance, leading to more exciting realities of all that is, that are always waiting for you to just focus upon. Now, your focus is that of your reality. Seth spoke it a lot. You focus upon what you choose. Abraham, law of attraction. You focus upon what you choose. You choose what you focus upon. What you get is what you focus upon of that choice. It is that simple. We want you to understand that you are the choice more and more now as you are vibrationally understanding how to, quote, handle it. We're not labeling it that, but your vibrational states allows more of that frequency to allow more, let's say, to align with, to allow more to come into you that you can experience and then express. In that expression, there is only the resonation of that true meaning behind it in frequency. When we're talking about the meaning here, is the meaning of what frequency you have conditioned that with. There's always conditioning until you wake up. There's always a state of limitation until you ascend. When you ascend, well, you know it. Before that, you are ascending. And every time you let go of that idea that perpetuates, that, let's say, interlaces the past of frequencies that you no longer truly know, they serve no purpose. That you have experienced them in time, that they no longer need to be validated with energy, focus, then you know you will expand and ascend. You will become all that is. But in the meantime, in time, you are ascending. The quickest way to ascend is only to experience. If that means not doing anything in action, and we're going to elaborate on that a little. If it means not doing anything in action, that is still experiencing, and in that experience is the idea of perspectives of self, period. Every time you are aware, you are receiving self in the mirror. And then where you draw your attention to, according to your belief of trust, filtered in the, let's say, least resistant idea, that reality perpetuates. That least resistant idea could be that of, let's say, enslavement, torture, pain, suffering. But that's the depth of that entity, you, maybe, I don't know. In that idea, if that is my highest excitement. Because everything else looks so low. But then right now you all are thinking, well, how can they be that negative? It's not that negative. It's that conditioned. And they are acting upon their highest excitement to see themselves in the mirror. And again, the apparency from an observational point of view of another entity that is, let's say, raising or have raised their frequency, or is vibrating at what you call a more love frequency, the apparency of that is not so conducive. Here's the expression. That is an expression you are experiencing. In that experiencing, it's over. Pause, condition. Logic, condition. Oh yes. Let it go. Love it. See it, beautiful. And allow them once again to flourish. To go beyond themselves. To see in the mirror that you provide themselves. Why do people get mad at people that love? Because they don't understand what they're seeing. Why did they crucify once again your Christ? Because they saw love and they didn't like it. Because they didn't understand that they were that. But it was taught that they needed to become that. And in that is success, failure. And if they didn't see, based off the past, how they were going to accomplish that, frustration set in. So instead of, let's say, allowing themselves to expand, they got together in a little group and, of course, wanted to end the problem and get it out of their reality. So they crucified your Christ, truly in dream state. Makes no difference. The effect was perfect. So in your vibrational now of equatable expression, I'm expressing according to this moment, in perspective, in perception, subjective, always. In that subjective point of view, do I interlace it with logic, with the past? Is my frequency a little bit higher every moment by giving a portion of that reality just to experience? Oh, I don't need to even define this moment. Let it go. Poof, and keep going. Shift your focus to that of choice, of vibrational love. But the apparency of where you are and who you are is still so real, you validate it's real. That transcends time. That pulls the past into the now. Are you dreaming of what you want to be? Are you acting? Koneyamotoshna. We will echo Neville. Are you acting, being, from the end result? Live in the end. For living in the end creates the now. You are in the end, not seeing the end. Not in observation of the end. You are in that moment from the end of that, let's say, dream. I am there. I smell it, I taste it, I love it, I am it. I'm feeling it. I'm seeing it. I'm getting the emotions. I'm feeling that reality living in the end. Although the apparency is that, I am not there yet. So where's your choice of belief of the conscious self where you can shift your conscience from this self to that self? The probable self of the future that is beckoning you to perceive it in that now. Keeping your appointments by being now will only bring that now into experience. And in that experience validates the truth of your godhood, of your creation idea, skills, if you will. Those that you are already doing but cannot really equate because there's no logical definition. So you're just running on an assumption that you are the creator. But until you can actually create in the moment, most of you don't want to validate the trueness of every moment is creation by you, by choice. The condition you is the experiencer. The condition you is driving. Now you are driving. The conditioned you is now the passenger, watching you drive. And the conditioned you is experiencing the ride. You are one you. The higher self is you here. When you are God, acting in God, being the end result of your ascension, then nothing in the mirror is anything except love. There's no definitions. It is only experience. There's no conditioning. It is only experience. There's no equatable obligation, need, want, anything that wants you, needs you, urges you to accomplish, to become. The journey is now, now, now. That accelerates you into that idea of you in ascension. The focus upon the negativity sustains it, attracts it, feeds it. Esther said it best with law of attraction. If you are focusing on what's wrong, you get what's wrong. If you are focusing on what you prefer, and pay that no mind, because there is no obligation to fix that, that is their field of joy. You don't perceive it, though, as joy. But in them, in that self of conditioning to experience, it is pure ecstasy. For that is unknown, and unknown to anybody in this vibrational reality is expansion of self, is creation, is love. Focus upon that. Sustain that in your reality, validating that idea with your vibrational of I don't want. Shift. I do want. I am that. I see the end result. Shamaya. Pushinaya kanotu. We would have you understand that in each equatable moment to now, there lies an inherent ability to take that moment as a non-concern for anything other than experience. We are giving you this modality, this practicum, to chalk, if you will, everything up to experience. This is filling your soul with purpose. A sole purpose. Am I acting on my sole purpose? What's my sole purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be experiencing. That's it. If you really think about it, you can see how much freedom is in that. You know that you are the reality now. You know that every bill will be paid. You know that every idea of success, if you want to call it that, will be fulfilled. But you don't call it or conclude it to success. It just is. Pardon me. When it is, the isness of all that is, there is only the highest vibration available for focus. Creating higher vibration of focus. Creating higher vibration of focus. And you are soaring through your ascension. Because you feel the vibrational state of fluidity. Never needing grounding, stability. Because every moment that is built in. Because every moment is perfect. And since every moment is created by you, I dare say you are perfect. Most certainly. This is Ocyphius from the Oversoul Collective Fire. Once again, our eternal gratitude for this co-creation moment. In time. We bid you all a good day. Adore. I love him. get it. I get it.
Well, and that's just it. You know, if you're, it's like the glass is half full or the glass is half empty. Okay? And it's like, if you focus on it being half empty, then okay. If you focus on it being half full, if you're happy,
just see it full.
Yeah.
Live in the end. I remember that Molly was talking about that. Neville, live in the end.
Oh,
Neville Goddard. Live in the end or something. And I don't know, I'll look it up.
well, and it's kind of like, you know, how would you feel if you already had everything that you desired? What's that energy?
Right.
How does that feel? Then be that.
And then
you can't help but have whatever it is that
right.
you're desiring.
Right. And you know what's really cool? Is after you have that, what's next?
Exactly. And what else is possible?
What else is possible?
And what else?
And you just keep frickin' going.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yep.
I get the experience. I understand that.
Yeah, experience.
Really, just now.
Well, that's the only
Awesome,
reason.
thank you.
That's the only reason that we incarnate. Is for the experience.
And through every moment of experience is the built-in all that is.
Yeah.
Everything you, let's say, quote, need. It's there.
Yeah.
But if we condition it to an idea of, I need to, or this should be, or I get it, I get it.
Well, yeah, as soon as you start to struggle against what is, you have a problem.
Yeah.
You know, if you can accept what is, and ask what else is possible.
Yeah, and I see that if this is a moment and I'm like not real happy about it, and then I start to think about what's wrong with it, then I'm attracting what's wrong with it, and then I'm the cause of those domino effects of all the fears of what happened, what happened, what if, yeah, but and then I start to, okay, fuck, I gotta fix it, and then it's like, what am I doing? I mean, it's just as simple. Thank you. And you go and you look at what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally can just get up and walk out of a room and say goodbye.
Yeah, which
and
is
then
why
you go about your nails.
Worry is totally counterproductive.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is focusing on all the possible negative outcomes.
Exactly.
And therefore creating them. Okay? That's why insurance is like betting that something is going to go wrong.
I know, when Akina from Pleiadian, she goes, don't buy insurance, because she goes, don't buy a burial plot, because you're telling yourself you're going to die. You're getting life insurance expecting to use it.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to die.
No.
I guess we leave when we're ready, when we're filled.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And, okay, that's all the experience I wanted in this particular expression of me.
That's it. Poof, I'm gone.
Yep. What else?
I know. I know I ain't leaving soon because I got a lot of, I love it. I mean, maybe if they have a coffee up there, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Coffee and chocolate in heaven. No. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're good on time. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Booyah. And we will see you in the next now. Eternal love. Mwah.